Well, it is a beautiful Friday morning here in the city of Abuja, and here in the studio it is time to talk sports as we continue with the breakfast show Rapid Dawn. I am Ijoma Victor. Now we begin from the camp of the under-17 team here in Abuja. That's talking about the Flamingos, where Nigeria's women's under-17 team, the Flamingos, have intensified preparations for their upcoming FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup qualifying game against Guinea women's national under-17 football team, with camp now fully active in Abuja. Now, the majority of invited players have arrived and settled at the Senegal Legacy Hotel as the technical crew begins fine-tuning strategies ahead of the crucial second-round encounter. Now, as part of their build-up, the Flamingos are scheduled to play 2 friendly matches this weekend at the Goal Project in Abuja. They will face Generation Next on Saturday, April 25th, before taking on Nazareth Queens on Sunday, April 26th, with both matches set to kick off at precisely 4 p.m. The fixtures are expected to provide valuable match fitness and tactical cohesion as the team sharpens its readiness for the qualifiers. Nigeria's campaign is part of their broader qualification, pathways to the 2026 FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup, scheduled to take place in the cities of Morocco from October 17 to November 7, 2026. With preparations gathering momentum, the Flamingos will be aiming to maintain their strong pedigree at youth level and secure a place at the global stage. And we come back home where Ranchers Bees of Kaduna and promotion to the Nigerian Premier Football League (NPFL), despite going down 2-0 to Gombe United at the Pantama Stadium on Wednesday. Now, the Kaduna-based club needed just 1 point to secure their promotion and return to the top flight. But the result didn't matter much as their rival, Jigawa Golden Stars, lost 3-0 away to Kebbi United. Now, Ranchers Bees finished top of the Nigerian National League NNL Conference D with 20 points. Now, they will be making a return to the NPFL after 26 years. Jigawa Golden Stars finished third with 18 points. Now, let's tell you that Doma United, Inter Lagos, Sporting Lagos, and alongside Ranchers Bees have all secured promotion to the NPFL. So we say big kudos to the Kaduna-based team. I remember a couple of years back, fans from Kaduna asking, where is our own club, Ranchers Bees? They were then in the NNL for 26 years. They've struggled to return back to the NNL, probably the NPFL, and indeed they are back. Doma United also making a return to the NPFL. Gombe United will not be making a return, yes, because both teams from Gombe State were relegated. And now the interesting thing is that we have 2 clubs from Lagos making their way back to the NPFL. Sporting Lagos and Inter Lagos, yes, will be having their way in the NPFL. Now, 3 teams for the first time will be in the NPFL next season. Yes, 3 teams from Lagos. Now we have Ikorodu City, we have Sporting Lagos, and Inter Lagos. These 3 teams will be making their return, probably will be representing Lagos in the 2026-2027 season. Let's also tell you that this season, 2025-2026, we have 2 clubs from Abia State, Abia Warriors, and we also have Eyimba. In Kano, we have Barao FC, and we have Kano Pillars. Some years back, we have Doma United and Gombe United from Gombe State. But as it is now, Lagos will be having 3 clubs. Let's see how it pans out. Let's see how it goes for these teams in Lagos. Now we go straight into next door neighbors. That's we go straight to Oyo State, where Shooting Stars of Ibadan and Crown FC will go head to head in the finals of the 2026 Oyo State Federation's Cup. Now, with the decisive encounter scheduled for on Sunday, April 26th, at the Lagos Salami Sports Complex, Shooting Stars, popularly known as the Oluyole Warriors, booked their place in the finals after a narrow 1-0 victory over their Team B side in a tightly contested semi-finals at the Oluyole Stadium. Crown FC, meanwhile, secured their spot with a commanding 2-0 win against Ibadan United. Now, the final is expected to headline a day of football activities, beginning with the women's final at 1 p.m. Between Pace Setters Queens FC and Dragon Fury Ladies FC. Now, the men's final will follow immediately at 3 p.m., drawing significant anticipation from fans and stakeholders across Oyo State. Now, beyond the battle for silverware, both finalists will also be competing for an opportunity to represent Oyo State at the prestigious President Federation's Cup, adding further significance to what promises to be a highly competitive and entertaining showdown that will go down at the Lagos Salami Stadium in Ibadan. I will head straight into Senegal, where Senegal Football Federation FSF is facing a deepening internal crisis following a dispute over the management and distribution of bonuses linked to the African Cup of Nations AFCON. Now, at the center of the controversy is the escalating power struggle involving SFS President Abdoulaye Fall and a block of 16 executive committee members, now who have raised concerns over what they describe as lack of transparency in handling the AFCON-related funds. Now, sources within the federations indicated that disagreement over financial accountability have intensified in recent weeks, with the dissenting members, demanding clearer documentations and explanations regarding the allocations of the bonuses. Now, the situation has reportedly strained relationship at the highest level of Senegalese football administrations. Now, the crisis have exposed broader governance challenges within the federation, as accusations of mismanagement and poor communications continues to circulate. Now, the ongoing dispute could damage the federation's reputations both domestically and across African football landscape if not swiftly addressed, with intents showing no immediate signs of easing the federation's down face mounting pressure to restore confidence through greater transparency and decisive leadership, as stakeholders call for a resolution to the impasse. Well, they have issues with CAS, and now see what's happening. When it comes to money, ugly heads spring up. Let's see how it goes. Let's go for this quick break, and when we return, we head straight to England.
From the heart of Africa, where dreams are born and passion is boundless, a new wave of talent rises. In La Liga, these extraordinary athletes are not just playing the game, they're transforming it.
The man chasing, it's Lamine Yamal. What a magnificent goal that is!
They shine on the world stage. Watch as they redefine football, inspire millions, and make history. La Liga, where dreams become reality.
Okay, glad to know you're still there. It is still Sport Highlight on the Breakfast Show Rapid Dawn, and I still remain Ijoma Victor. How head straight into England ahead of Arsenal's game against Newcastle United. We have team news coming from the black and white side. Anthony Gordon is a doubt, and Tino Livramento may not play again this season, handing Arsenal a potential significant boost before the Emirates clash. Now, according to report, Arsenal face Newcastle United this weekend, knowing that anything less than 3 points could be a final fatal blow in their title race. So many, any fine margin that can help are to be welcome. Now, in that vein, Anthony Gordon is a doubt for the game on Saturday at the Emirates Stadium after missing training on Tuesday. Now, he was also absent from the last weekend's defeat to Bournemouth after reporting a hip injury, and a scan has since confirmed that issues. Now, he's expected to play again this month, but his availability for Arsenal is a major doubt. Now, the situation appears less encouraging for Tino Livramento. Now, he came off against Bournemouth with a thigh problem, and while he is not to be a long-term injury, it's unlikely that he is returned before the final couple of games of the campaign. Newcastle will also be without Emil Crate and Fabian Scar, but their optimism, Bruno Guimaraes will be back from his recent illness by then, but the Brazilian compatriot in the person of Jolinton is suspended for that game. So Arsenal and Newcastle United will log on at the Emirates Stadium this weekend. Meanwhile, it is Match Day Live. Let's give you some of the fixtures that will go down later this evening, Friday night football. Now, let's tell you at the Stadium of Light, it will be Sunderland against Nottingham Forest later this evening, 8 p.m. That game will go down. Let's also tell you that in the French league, Brest will be up against Lens also later this evening. Now, in the German Bundesliga, it will be RB Leipzig up against Union Berlin. Yes, that game will go down in the German Bundesliga. And in Italy, it will be Napoli, defending champions, up against Cremonese. That game will also go down later this evening, 7:45 p.m. And in Spain, it will be Betis up against Real Madrid. Yes, Real Madrid will be on the road to Betis in all of the games that will go down later this evening, Match Day Live. And let's head straight to golf. We look at the full leaderboard of the Chevron Championship first round. Now, let's tell you that American Nelly Korda leads the Chevron Championship. Now, the first women's major of the year by 2 strokes after posting a sublime 7 under par 65 in the first round. Now, 2-time major winner who claimed this title back in 2024 looked back to her imperious best in the bogey free round at the Houston Memorial Park golf course. Now, looking at the leaderboard also, England's Mimi Rhodes, who won 3 times during last season's Ladies European Tour, is 4 shots off the top of her tournament debut. Now, the 24-year-old, had 5 birdies and 2 bogeys in an impressive 69, and is one of 10 players on 3 under par. And South Korean Somi Lee and Thailand's Apati Tavatanaki, who won this tournament back in 2021 when it was in California, both carried 67s and are joined second on 5 unders. Now, England's Charlie Hall, who is 4th in the women's world ranking, is on level par following a round that included 3 birdies and 3 bogeys. World number 1 Gino Tikikul opened with a 74 and a 2 over par, is 9 short of the lead. Now, talking about females playing golf as the championship still continues. Round 1 is already off. Let's see how round 2 will go down. And we'll wrap it up this morning with Formula 1, where McLaren have made 11-year-old Harry Williams their youngest ever signing. Now Williams is 2 years younger than Formula 1's great Lewis Hamilton, and who joined the team back in 1998. Now Ella Hakitem's daughter of double Formula 1 world champions Mika was previously the youngest driver currently on the McLaren's driver development program. Now having joined last year at age 14. Now 7-time world champions Hamilton joined the program age 13, going on to make his Formula 1 debut in 2007. Now reigning champions and McLaren driver Lando Norris also came through the program age 18, probably 17. Now, according to him, probably McLaren, our goal is to build a consistent pipeline laddering into our race program in Formula 1. Now, IndyCar and World Endurance Championship for many years to come, and adding Harry as a talented young cutter demonstrates this side. Now, Alessandro Alumi Brevi, McLaren's chief business affairs officer for this driver, I think there is no target, no pressure other than enjoy karting to get maximum experience, but also to understand what does it mean to be a McLaren driver. Now Williams from Chestin first started karting in 2021 and was the 2025 British Open champions, Oplate winner in the Italian Water Swift Series, and was 5th in European Water Swift Championship. Now I am really excited to join McLaren Drive Development Program. They are known for developing talent, so it's great to join the team as I continue to progress in karting and into single-seaters racing in the future. These were the words of that young man. At 11 years, was I really driving a car, or talk more of a fast-paced car like the Formula 1 cars? Let's see how it goes for him. We wish him the very best. And this is where we put a stop on the show this morning. Do have yourself a beautiful weekend ahead. Good morning.